I am an absolute mess today. I'm moving house and I've accumulated way too much stuff and I'm freaking out like I do every time I've got to move. So, why am I moving? Well, I have been in Ubud for the last year and 4 months. I initially packed my bags for Bali for 8 weeks and I'm still here. I came with 2 of my close friends, Jem and Danny, and we lived together for the first few months in a retreat center before navigating our own way through 2020. And eventually Danny decided to go back to Australia, Jem moved to Uluwatu, I moved around Ubud a little bit, but I am still here in Ubud. And in December of 2020, I actually moved into this place and really had a strong intention of like grounding and making home for myself and just like really allowing myself to feel at home. And that was 7 months ago. And a few weeks ago, I felt really quite sick with a flu and I was unable to get out of bed for like 2.5, 3 weeks. It was really challenging, not only physically, but for the first time, it really brought up a lot mentally for me, and I felt it quite mentally challenging, and I was feeling really quite alone here. And my whole intention for moving into this place was to really get super comfortable with being alone again and living alone and coming back into a place of like strong independence and solitude within myself. And that really came off the back of quite a big heartbreak in my life, and I feel like what I came here for has really been completed, and what this environment was supporting here in Ubud has come to its completion. And I feel like I really need to shift my environment now and go to a place that can really support me in my next phase and chapter of life. And while I was laying here sick in bed, I really realized that I was complete with this particular environment. And as much as I love this house and the beautiful woman that I rent from, the town itself of Ubud for me is now feeling quite stagnant for me personally. And I can really love routine, but too much of it and I can get very stagnant and uninspired and not feel very motivated in life. And that's when it's really key that I make some shifts and changes in my life. And because such a big part of my life is travel and my love is in travel, I grow and expand a lot through traveling. And a great way to shift my environment and really inspire myself is to actually make a move. And I wanted to make this move months ago. I wanted to move back in September. I was looking to move to Uluwatu, but nothing really flowed. I had a lot of fun staying at hotels and homes trying to find the right place for me, but nothing really worked out. Nothing really felt right. And eventually that fun turned into feeling quite exhausted and that I really just wanted a place to land. And that's when I found this place. And I came back to Ubud from Uluwatu one day and just landed in this town, and it was raining and the rainy season had started, and for some reason it totally took me by surprise, but I really wanted to be here for that. And that's when my whole intention of what I set out to do here came about. And now that that's complete, and being sick really showed me that it was time to make that move, I have now found a new place in Uluwatu and I'm moving myself there tomorrow. I also only have a few months left here in Bali if everything goes to plan. I'm planning to get to Peru in a couple of months, so I'd really like to be by the ocean, and that's something I was really missing. I realized I was really missing when I was unwell. I was like, I just really miss my friends, and most of my close friends are in Uluwatu. I only really have one here in Ubud. I have done the thing of being alone a lot and spending a lot of time alone, and it's not like I have a workplace where I go and I'm around people. I work from home, so I'm alone doing that. And then yeah, I'm not being super social here in Ubud. I don't really feel to be. I tried to be a while back and I had some fun and I really enjoyed it, and then that kind of wore off and changed. Basically, I'm ready for a new environment, and I'm really excited to be around and closer to some of my close friends and spending time with them. Just also really missing the feeling of an endless summer. In Uluwatu, I really feel like I'm really living on an island and like a coastal life, and just it's got a totally different energy to it. It's like relaxed and surfy and fun and alive, and that's what I'm wanting to go and experience right now. And so here I am feeling a little bit overwhelmed with the mess and all the packing and the bags that I have and the things that I've accumulated, but I'm also really trying to remember that I don't actually have a home. Like, I don't live anywhere. I don't have a house where all of this stuff is stored, and I may not for quite some time. Like, my life right now, this phase that it's in is quite nomadic, and I'm moving around, but that also makes me, I'm looking at these suitcases going, I think my solution might just be that I have to buy a bigger suitcase and pay for excess luggage, because I don't have any plans to go back to Australia anytime soon, not that I know of anyway, unless life wants to surprise me in that way, but I don't think so. And my life, this is my life, these bags, this is what I have, this is what I own. And I'm also packing for different climates now. Like, I've accumulated hiking boots, and I got a bunch of sweaters sent over from Australia to prepare myself for the cold weather in Peru, and you know, some warmer clothes. I've had to buy things because I only really packed for 8 weeks in Bali, and all of a sudden that's turned into a year and 4 months, and turned into me going to Europe and then to Peru, and then I don't know where life is going to take me from there. Yeah, just trying to get comfortable with the fact that I do live out of suitcases, and it is kind of overwhelming every time I pack, because I'm like, I have so much stuff, but it's really not that much. It just feels like a lot to move, to carry around. I think that's what it is that on and off of planes and in and out of hotels and different houses, it feels like a lot, but it's not that much. Okay, so the next time you see me, I will probably be in my new place. I hope you enjoyed this life update. Lots of love.